Both teams will leave it all on the line tonight. Belmont's going to have to make more than 10 threes tonight and control the backboard, not allow that big front line of Murray State to control the offensive glass.
The Bruins, winners of 6 straight, wearing their road Navy uniforms, and it's the home gold of the Murray State Racers.
It's going to be important for Belmont to be patient in their offensive attack and not take quick shots early.
10 on the shot clock. Here's Bradshaw from deep. That's Chamberlain. Reese Chamberlain opens the scoring with a 3.
Struggled early. Shooting the 3 was 10 of 19 over a stretch, but 2 of 4 in the tournament now, 3 of 5. They're going to need that kind of shooting from him tonight.
Here's Jarvis Williams. He is a beast in the low post.
And Rich, they have no answer, Belmont, for the size on the interior from Murray State. They should continue to throw that basketball down inside and let the bigs go to work. Nice pass.
Reese Chamberlain has 3 points. Now he has 1 assist, and the leader in field goal percentage in the nation, Evan Brads, number 35 for Belmont, has his first 2 of the night. Here's Jonathan Farrell, called for the first turnover of the game. Well, Rick Bird, in his 29th season at Belmont, 34th overall as a head coach, now has 710 career wins. He's 7th all-time among active coaches, and 2nd all-time among active coaches at one school.
So impressive.
Craig Bradshaw threw it out of bounds, the first Belmont turnover. And there's Steve Prohm. He's part of the young guard, only his 4th season as a head coach, but spent a number of years as a Murray State assistant under Billy Kennedy. He has had an outstanding start to his head coaching campaign, 102 wins in just 4 seasons.
So poised on the sideline. Excellent coach. Again, Murray State should pound that ball right back inside.
Campaign, the OVC Player of the Year, had 25 last night, off the mark on his first shot. And here comes Barnett.
Offensive rebound, that basketball for the bigs. You can't bring it down. The guards will strip it.
Brads underneath, had it blocked by Farrell. Here's Bradshaw from deep. No. And the first rebound for Jarvis Williams.
All of this athleticism from Murray State, I'd like to see them push it off misses and makes. Nice drive by Sapp.
TJ Sapp had 17 in their semifinal win over Moorhead last night. 15 of those coming in the first half.
He was outstanding. When they were flat, he was coming up with big baskets, 3s and drives to the basket, just as you saw. Nice post.
Brad, surrounded by gold jerseys, kicks it back out.
I think Murray State's going to have to be careful to not crowd the basketball too much, because it invites the skip pass, and Belmont be able to get some easy 3s.
And there's a 3. First one of the game for Craig Bradshaw. He brings the swag to this Belmont offense.
Indeed, 2 3s down, 10 to go for Belmont. Nice
inside, pass. Payne, Farrell, count it, and 1.
What a beautiful read. Jarvis Williams, number 4 in yellow, posting up down low. You have to give a little attention, and lost sight of Farrell on the weak side. Nice pass, and Farrell so strong finishing around the rim.
17:06 to go. It's 8-6 Belmont with the early lead. These two teams, at least statistically on offense, are the cream of the OVC crop, ranking 1st and 2nd in points and assists.
How about from the 3-point line? Both teams can light it up from there. Belmont averaging about 10 threes per game.
Chamberlain got stuck under his own basket. That's another Belmont turnover, their 2nd of the game, and it'll be Murray State basketball. And you look, points, field goal percentage, and assists. These are the best teams in the Ohio Valley.
Not much separates these two teams. I do think Murray State has a quickness, athleticism, and speed advantage, and they got to take advantage of that size, not only on post-ups, but on the offensive glass as well.
Not sure who that was intended for. Campaign is actually telling Jonathan Farrell whether it was for him or for Jeffrey Moss, who was streaking in the lane.
Well, both teams know what's on the line, and you can tell both teams a little jittery here in the half court, but you know, after about 3 or 4 minutes or so, they'll start to settle down and get into their offensive execution.
High off the window. Chamberlain, no. Aggressive early on. There's another bucket by Brads. Evan Brad, 70% from the field this season.
Has a nose for the basketball around the rim. At one point, he's leading the nation in field goal percentage.
There's TJ Sapp with the miss. Farrell. Offensive foul.
Sometimes when you catch those big guys around the rim and they can overpower you, you have to be a little smarter and put your body in position. Reese Chamberlain, the heart and soul, glue and warrior of this team, absorbing that charge.
It's funny, we were at shoot-around this morning, and Chamberlain 22 and Brad's 35 were hobbling around like they're old men. But this is their third game in 3 days. Egekeze off the mark. Chamberlain goes sliding into the Murray bench. Out of bounds. It'll be Racers basketball when we return. 15:44 to go.
The beautiful passing underneath. Belmont executing beautifully in the half court.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Sport begs of you this one simple question: who will you be? And Buick. Experience 5 expectation-shattering new models from Buick, proud partner of the NCAA. Who will you be?
Cameron Payne will bring it up. He has yet to get in the scoring column. Scored 25 last night in the semifinal win. Here's his first shot out of the timeout. No good. And Bradshaw clears.
I think Belmont's got to look for some early pushes and look for some secondary transition opportunities as well before that defense gets back and set. That's 2 miscues now from Belmont, and they can't afford to turn the basketball over against this Murray State team. Wow.
And they like trying this backdoor play, except that was a backdoor to nobody in particular.
Yeah, I think Craig Bradshaw thought he was coming for a dribble handoff. Communication has to be a little bit better.
Third Belmont turnover in the early going. Here's Moss, back to Sapp. Sapp for 3, looked good off the release. And Mac Mercer, who's checked in, a freshman for Rick Bird's club, grabs the rebound.
Got away with no travel.
Hey, almost got away with one there.
Mac Mercer gives them a nice little post presence. Got to be patient because that double team is coming quickly.
And they're really high on Mac Mercer, and you'd have to anticipate he's going to get some minutes just because of his size and his length going up against a much bigger front line in Murray State. They were working on that with him earlier today in practice, as we saw.
Yeah, he's a stretch 5 from Plymouth, Indiana, and what he can do is pull those bigs away from the basket, which will allow driving lanes and backdoor cuts for Belmont.
10 on the shot clock for the Bruins. Chamberlain behind his back. Sloppy with the basketball. Here's Moss. And good recovery D by Taylor Barnett.
You love the hustle. Poor execution on the offensive end, mishandling the basketball, but I love these types of plays. Taylor Barnett not giving up on the play, and that's why you can never concede a basket, because you never know. You can stick a little hand in there and get that basketball going your way. Belmont, nicely done there. Nice back cut.
Bradshaw, corner, 3. Right in front of the Murray State bench.
That's 3 down now, folks. 9 to go.
Payne can't answer, off right. Moss, offensive rebound. Here comes Bradshaw.
Murray State's gotten their share of offensive rebounds, but have not been able to convert.
Barnett, left-handed 3. No. Brads gets the weak side offensive board. And he's swallowed up by the Murray State interior D.
They've been better off making the pass there. Too much size on the interior for Murray State.
Sapp, beautiful jump stop. Count it, and the bucket.
And Rich, we talked about this last night. With the athleticism that Murray State has, they do a phenomenal job of converging to the basketball, turning defense into offense. Watch the block over the top. And they're so quick and explosive out of transition. TJ Sapp making a beautiful move, drawing the contact and the finish.
was positively Dwayne Wade-esque.
That's really
with that
pretty.
jump stop into the paint.
Well, he's so patient when he gets to the second level of the defense. Most guys kind of panic and play too quickly. Not TJ Sapp. Under control, tremendous poise.
I see an Indiana kid. That's Jeff Leidig, number 43 in blue, checking in for Rick Bird's program.
Mishawaka, Indiana, the great Penn High School, one town over from South Bend where I live. Hey, Jeff Leidig's done a tremendous job against Stutz last night. He's only 6'4", Stutz 6'8", held him scoreless in the second half.
First team All-OVC from Eastern Kentucky. Nice touch by Bradshaw, who's feeling it.
Tough, gutsy two-way player.
Bradshaw has 8. The Belmont lead is 6.
So you got to get it to your bigs. They have no answer.
Tough angle for Jarvis Williams, who found himself stuck under his own basket. He went down hard.
How about the sportsmanship? We've seen that a lot from these Belmont Bruins here over the last 2 days. Wow, tough catch, and yeah, submarined him a little bit. But he's tough and rugged, Jarvis Williams. He can take it. 6'8". They lift him 215. I think he's bigger than that. Got to be about 230.
Payne off the inbounds. First 2 for the OVC Player of the Year, Cameron Payne.
How big was he in the semifinals last night? 15 points in the second half. 2 huge threes, including one with 53 seconds to go.
He was the talk of the town today in Nashville. Bradshaw, step back. Chance to make it a one-possession ball game. That 3-ball attempt goes over the backboard, so it'll turn over to Belmont. Well, we mentioned Dwayne Wade a moment ago. How about Tim Duncan or Pau Gasol or Chris Paul or Steph Curry? For fans of greatness, this is your game. NBA Countdown kicks off the action at 12:30. Bulls Spurs celebrate Noches NBA. How was that?
That was pretty good.
At 1 o'clock. Then Clippers Warriors at 3:30 on ABC.
Tell you a guy who's having a tremendous season is Draymond Green.
There's Nick Smith. We saw him knocking those ring jumpers down in practice earlier today.
He's 4 of 8 from 3 in 2 tournament games. He's a guy that comes in. His job is to shoot the 3.
Sapp. That's a highlight play.
How about the turn in midair? Thought he was going to be underneath the rim, so he turned his body to try to dunk it backwards. Wow. TJ Sapp showing tremendous athleticism. Look at that. That's ridiculous.
Great court awareness, great body control as well. And Sapp has his second conventional three-point play of the night. He has 8, and the Belmont lead cut to 4.
Off to a hot start, just like he was last night. This game's got a terrific pace to it.
Austin Luke, number 1 backup point guard, seeing some early minutes for Rick Bird. 4 reserves on the floor, plus Taylor Barnett for Belmont. 8 on the shot clock.
Murray State switching all that action, so Belmont's having a tough time getting some space. What a big 3 by Leidig.
The prayer is answered from deep over the top of the key.
And he's really struggled from 3. You know, coming out of high school, they recruited him as a shooter. Hasn't been able to shoot it as well, but he broke his foot his senior year in high school and hasn't really recovered, but that was a huge 3.
Sapp keeping the Racers in it in the early going.
I think TJ Sapp loves first halves. He's been smoking the last 2 games.
Here's Mobley. Offense from unexpected sources for Belmont.
Well, when you Murray State, you got to be disciplined defensively and understand what a threatening drive is versus a non-threatening drive. They're coming too quickly, too early, leaving open 3-point shooters for Belmont.
6 3-pointers already, and we're only halfway through the first half. This is Belmont basketball at its apex.
Yeah, they are really moving the basketball well. Driving kick, forcing help, creating open lanes to be able to make passes for open 3-point shooters.
Now they work it inside. Smith, 2 feet in the paint, gets it to go. 5 points for Nick Smith.
Murray State switching all that action, so there'll be mismatches out there on the floor. Good recognition by Belmont. What a drive.
Nice take by Jeffrey Moss. The left-hander has his first 2. Back and forth we go. These two offenses can fill it up in a hurry. Smith, yes!